Hello, Steve White, Trek Boy 89 for Steve Arts 89. Well, Star Trek Lower Decks, Season 4, Episode 8, Caves. Not a bad episode, it's just, it is pretty much everything that I don't like about this series. Because it's a parody. It's making fun of Star Trek. It's not having fun within the universe of Star Trek, it's making fun of Star Trek. And it's one thing for someone outside of a franchise to do that, like Galaxy Quest or Spaceballs or something like that. But when the show itself starts making fun of itself and the audience that it cultivates doesn't take the show seriously and thinks it's a joke, it's really detrimental to the franchise as a whole. And as much fun as the actual episodes are and the characters are, and I love Rutherford and got a bit of an animated crush on him, but it really is just... This is making fun of Star Trek. This episode is just all about making fun of the cave episodes, because there are a lot of episodes of Star Trek that are set in caves because one of the environments that they just were in a lot. And it's just such a easy thing to do. It's one of the things I don't like about the show. It doesn't create anything new. They don't create anything of their own. All they do is make fun of the universe that was already established, make fun of things that other people already created. So they don't create anything, they just mock and tear down the things that other people have created and that people like and enjoy and value, and they just make fun of it. And it's because they don't care about it, they don't like it, they are sitting sort of on the outside laughing at something, and that's why they like the show. They like to watch it and laugh at it. They don't actually invest in it. They don't care about it. They don't go inside of it and immerse themselves in that fictional universe and live within that and enjoy, the adventures of the crew and all that. They sit back from a distance and point and go, oh, look, they're in another, cave set. Oh, look, the floor's flat. Oh, look, you can see that set's made out of wood. Oh, this is so cheap. I'm so much better. When really they can't actually understand what the shows are about and the deeper levels that the shows are working on. And that's what it's about. It's unintelligent people who can't grasp the overall show, the theories, the concepts, any of that. So they just sit back and point at the things that they can understand, like the fact that it's made on a budget and, made on existing sets and, using real locations and stuff like that. I mean, doing an episode like Caves, they could easily do an episode called Bridges or Engineering Sections or Forests or shuttlecrafts. There are a bunch of episodes on shuttlecrafts. There are a bunch of episodes on the basic set where it's like, well, actually, you could do that with you could really do that with Stargate and just be like, villages, because they're always in some little village that looked exactly the same as the others. That's just one of the things that happens with production, and to point that out and make fun of it is just really. It's just sad. It's like, you think you're clever because you noticed that? It's just, yeah. So now, to give the show some credit, most of those shows, because they didn't have a budget, most of those shows were about saving money. Some weren't. Some had a great concept and a great idea and a great story, and they just happened to be based in a cave. Other times they were just trying to take advantage of the existing sets and, do it like a bottle show or an elevator show, as they would be called on regular TV, but it became like a bottle show or like, a cave show. And usually those episodes would focus more on the characters or the story, because they didn't have, the big, flashy sort of effects or the big sets or the guest stars or anything like that. And they do try to tell little stories of the characters to try and, show elements of them and that. And there's a little bit of fun with it. Like, Rutherford having some alien's life force transferred to him and then being pregnant and having a baby. The guy's getting stuck in an elevator, which is sort of similar but not a cave, so far as production wise and bottle show element, and sort of getting to know each other. And what was the other thing that happened? Oh, that's right, there was the what was the other thing? There was they all had a story. I'm forgetting what the other one was. I can't read my own notes. I can't remember what it was. Mariner. was stuck in a cave where there was time issues. So the characters were aging because the time was acting differently in that cave, and that so they were aging rapidly and all that sort of stuff. So they each sort of showed all of them having like a story, and they had Boilerma who was stuck with I know I can't pronounce his name, but whatever. Stuck with some guy he didn't like, and then they ended up being friends and stuff. And they did show one of the alien races from the animated series, which was interested to see them animated again. But yeah, so it's just sort of low hanging fruit. It's just I just don't have a lot of respect for the show because it doesn't create anything new. It just makes fun of what exists, and that undermines the show because it's so much harder to watch the show and look past those little production things and those tropes and that which the shows did get into. And these people, like, they don't create anything of their own, so all they do is just pick out the flaws in things and make fun of them, and they makes themselves feel superior. And that's part of the audience likes to feel superior by pointing out the flaws in something that is something they can't really understand or can't really appreciate, so they just laugh at it because it makes them feel better for, being stupid, basically. So, not my favourite kind of show.